variety pack. Food and friends with Canada's best. From east to west, there and back. Eat North Variety Pack. 'Cause variety's the spice of life.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Eat North Variety Pack. I am your host, Dan Clapson. If you haven't seen the show before, please make sure to hit subscribe below. We have new episodes every Thursday night. Our show is a mixed bag. We talk food, drinks, music, fashion today, art, and more. Let's bring on my two co-hosts, Mairlyn Smith and Carmen Cheng. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
It's really great to see you as always. And what is also great to see is that it's finally getting warmer outside and it feels like spring. I'm so excited. I can't wait to hit the patios again. What about you, Mairlyn?
Well, I'm excited too, but I'm kind of waiting until everyone gets vaccinated, and then I think everything will go back to kind of normal, and then that's when I'm going to hit everything. So I'm waiting off. I know the weather's getting better, but I'm going to wait off until everyone's been vaccinated.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Carmen?
Yeah, I don't know if it's because the weather is nicer and the days are longer, or if it's because we've been in this thing for a year now, but I'm definitely feeling that fatigue settle in. But I agree with Mairlyn, still feeling quite cautious about going out and definitely waiting for that vaccine rollout to expand here in Canada. But with spring in mind, I mean, this is the time, I know, Dan, you and I've talked about this before too, is where I feel like eating more lighter foods, and I'm definitely trying to go more vegetarian this week or the next couple weeks. But I also find that it's really tricky to buy like produce because we haven't, at least in Alberta, we haven't seen an abundance of produce being grown yet. So my friend got me a click and grow garden over Christmas. And I don't know if either of you are familiar with it. There's like a light. I'm growing herbs right now, but the basil that I'm getting from it is like going out of control. So have either of you used like a Click and Grow or Arrow Grow? I think there's one. Or have you seen other like hydroponic kind of gardens out there?
So I used to have a light in the basement because I would start all my stuff from seed, and then I would do all the transplanting. So I did try doing my herbs, but they went crazy. So no, I obviously we're not good enough gardeners to know what to do.
I think there's been in general a lot of advancements in agriculture in terms of what people are growing indoors. So there's a lot of, you can find fresh greens and whatnot that are grown via hydroponics. So I find most grocery stores now, more so the smaller scale grocers, you can find these companies that are producing greens and herbs and microgreens and whatnot that are grown in Alberta in the dead of winter. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
So in Ontario, we have cucumbers and tomatoes and peppers that we actually do in big greenhouses too, as well as the greens. Okay, switching gears because we're talking kind of seasonal local. I have been watching Stanley Tucci, Searching for Italy. I'm seeing, and I got
me too.
Oh my God, it is rocking my world. We have had pasta so many times. We watched Milan. I'm going to make polenta. Are either one of you absolutely just losing your mind over Stanley, who's so cute and adorable and so sexy? Anyway, and all the food.
Yes. Dan?
I think it's a great show. I love it. This is a bit off topic, but I can never not see him as the character from Devil Wears Prada. So I just can never get that out of my head. So it's almost like that character is just prancing around Italy. But I do think the show's great. Personally, I do enjoy watching food travel shows on Netflix and making myself depressed because I can't travel. So I do that as well with Somebody Feed Phil, and I like having a few glasses of wine and then just sitting there wondering if I will ever travel again.
I'm with you. I love the show. Bologna was probably a highlight for us when we traveled through Italy during the couple trips that we've done, and seeing that episode and seeing that, he went to that like cheese factory, the Parmigiano, and then also looked at like ricotta, I think, the prosciutto place. Like it just brought back so many memories. And I know for me, it just, again, that fatigue settles in, and I'm like, when can I get back out there? Like when can I go to Rome or Bologna and have that pasta?
One day. Let's take a moment. Okay. No, as soon as we can travel, all three of us, and we'll bring DP along too, our other co-host who's not on today, and we will travel the world as much as we can afford, I guess. Anyway, but I digress. I'm really excited for our first guest of tonight. Jessie Li is the co-founder of Park Production House in Calgary, and they do everything from amazing fashion shows to large-scale art installations around the city. And I just wanted to chat, or not even the city, beyond, across the province. And I just want to chat with Jessie just a bit about how she thinks art complements the food and drink experience, because I think what they're doing definitely is helping liven up a lot of neighborhoods. So welcome, Jessie.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
We are
And
super...
what a way to
Oh, sorry?
I was saying, what a way to start the show. I'm also devastated about not being able to travel, and my honeymoon was supposed to be to Italy last year and it got canceled. So I'm with you guys. I'll be joining you guys on your trip as soon as we all go.
Well, hopefully you can take some notes from the Stanley Tucci show as well.
I will. I will definitely be watching that now.
So, Jessie, we've known each other for a very long time. I've known you since basically the inception of Park, and it's grown so much over the years. But more recently, in the past year or so, you've really put a lot of emphasis on creating beautiful art installations around the city and in Edmonton. Do you want to just talk a bit about how that came to be?
Well, when the pandemic hit, my business partner and myself, we came to the realization that our business wasn't going to run the same as it had for the last few years. Our organization, Park, has been known to throw two large fashion shows that really showcase local and Canadian fashion designers. And when all events were canceled and we couldn't, restaurants were closed, and we knew that we couldn't do those kinds of events anymore, we really kind of put our thinking caps on, and we wanted to create experiences in the city that people could still enjoy, but enjoy socially distanced. So one of the first installations that we launched last year through the pandemic was Block Party YYC, which took place at Deerfoot City. And the purpose was one, to provide an outdoor location that we could, the general public could still, visit outdoors, be outside. So we wanted to create something vibrant and positive in an outdoor location. But another thing was we were tasked with also providing just a space and some energy to the food court at Deerfoot City, because it had lost a lot of patrons over the pandemic. And this was just, by placing our art installation right next to the food court, and also just doing it strategically and with just a little bit of creativity, we were able to draw traffic to those vendors there. And there are actually a lot of local businesses right inside that food court at Deerfoot City. So if anybody had seen the design that we had created, it was this large scale 215-foot mural on the road. And then there was a really interesting intersection where the mural would actually jump off and guide guests into the food court to experience the food vendors that were in there.
Really beautiful. We showed some images of it there, and truly stunning. I think that anytime you have an area that is, Instagrammable, so to speak, I think that people are more willing to spend time there, and more importantly, spend money at different vendors, whether they are food and drink or, other small purveyors and whatnot. But what effects have you seen in Kensington with Kensington Bright? Because that's another large-scale installation that you implemented over the winter.
Yes. So in Kensington, again, we were tasked to just create something bright and positive over the winter months. Of course, we all went into lockdown again this December, and one of the developers that was developing a new condo building there, wanted to do something creative. They had seen what we had done at Deerfoot City. They wanted to, just enter the Kensington neighborhood as someone that supported art and also wanted to bring positivity. So we produced a block-long mural there at the theater condo. And then along with that, we also put together several small-scale installations that featured local artists such as Maria of Calgary Party 50 and Indie City did some work, as well as Leisha and Michelle Hoogeveld, which is one of the major mural artists in the city. And what we did see is people just love these bright pops of color and positivity in their neighborhoods. We saw lots of families and kids driving by and taking photos. Like, we would literally see people driving down the street and then pulling over to take photos of balloons. A lot of these installations were placed, like you're saying, Dan, in strategic locations. So they were in front of coffee shops, or they were in front of local retailers and shops and stores, just to drive some traffic down there. Our hope is that we bring people down there for the photo opportunities and for the Instagrammable moments, but hopefully they stick around and they enjoy the coffee, the coffee stores and the retailers that exist in these neighborhoods.
They goddamn better, right?
Yes, yes. It is really nice.
I think it's wonderful, and I know that your recent one, Chinook Blast, got a lot of attention on social media, and I feel like the ones that I've seen, at least in Calgary, have been quite different from one another. What's your inspiration in terms of making that design, to your point, kind of fit that area or fit that space, and how do you get that art installation up?
Usually starts with brainstorm between the location, or sometimes the client, or the community, and what goals they have for the community or for the location. And oftentimes it is, yes, they want to draw traffic, yes, they want to create something Instagrammable, and they want it to be family friendly. And then from there, what we do is we pull together usually a collaboration of anywhere from 3 to 5 artists to help us create that vision. And oftentimes artists will present us with some ideas that they have, or color palettes that they really are wanting to work with. And then our team at Park, what we do is we just kind of take the 5 artist ideas, and we curate it and tell one cohesive story. So Chinook Blast is a really great example of that, where we had 5 different installations and 5 different artists contribute to the installations. And how we tied it together was with the color palettes that we were used. And again, we chose something that was very bright and vibrant, and Chinook Blast took place, of course, in the dead of winter, and it was actually -40 when we installed it. So we definitely wanted to do something neon and just really like call for spring, or call out to spring, and get everybody all pumped for it.
Okay, I think there's one question. So mine is, as we, like, one of my sayings is that you dream big and you walk towards it. So what is your big dream and that you're walking toward?
Well, I mean, I think our organization is known locally, but for my business partner and myself, I think we want to do this work internationally, and we want to do this work across Canada, and we see lots of opportunities for collaboration within Canada, and then collaboration outside of Canada, to just continue to build spectacular installations like this. We just love like tying in the neighborhood, like what is a great public, great use of public space, creativity, and then all of the surrounding businesses and communities that our installations reside around. We love to tie those all together and tell a really great story.
And again, like I mentioned before, I've watched your company grow over the years. You and Kara have done amazing things for many people. Obviously, in the past year, I think diversity has become front of mind for many people. Although I will say Park has always been diverse in respects of who they represent, regardless of the event. But have you tried to place maybe a new sort of, I guess, refocus on that in the past year, making sure that we are uplifting, LGBTQ2+ voices and BIPOC people and whatnot?
We absolutely have. We had definitely lots of internal conversations, and then also community conversations about diversity and how we can be more inclusive in our projects. And over the last year, the conversations have been really helpful for having, just making us think about it more, and also the way that we put together the teams. And something that Kara and I really, really are doing is we're very actively looking for more diversity in our talent, when we're putting together these artist rosters as well. And we have found lots. There's lots of incredible talent out there, and they are of all shapes and colors, and we're excited to work with everyone.
So last question before I let you go. Sorry?
Oh, yeah, I was just saying, and give everyone an opportunity to be part of it.
Absolutely. So last question before I let you go. Some people say they have a hard time being able to showcase diversity through what they do. So what's do you find that there's one tip or something that as an employer or someone looking to curate a special project, whether it's an art installation or music showcase, is there a tip you can give them to try to be more diverse?
I mean, I think as a business, we have to do our own research. And I think we've put a lot more onus on going out there and doing research and just having more conversations with different people and different populations. So that would be my suggestion, is that to do your research and to keep your eyes open and look for that new talent, because it is out there, but it might not often be mainstream. It might not often be, like what's right in front of your eyes right away. And this is what it is about. It's about making sure that we are representing people of all different colors, and we do need to look for that talent.
Absolutely. Jessie, thank you so much. It's been amazing to watch all of your success with Park, Kara as well. And it's always amazing to see what you do. And I can't wait for what you're doing later this year.
Thank you. Well, we're super excited to share it with our community and with you guys.
Great. Well, my Instagram feed is ready. So
wonderful. Thank you
Great.
so
Awesome.
much.
Thank you, Jessie. Great chatting. Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
That was a really wonderful conversation. I knew it would be. It's been amazing watching Jessie's company grow over the years. Again, starting from something smaller scale and grow these fashion events and now these large scale art installations. I think it's really amazing.
Sure.
I've never seen them, so I'm sorry that I don't live in Calgary. I was glad that her dreaming big is going to take her maybe here to Toronto.
Yeah, there you go. And you can experience in person there. Carmen, have you seen any of the installations they've had up recently?
I have. Chinook Blast I saw mostly on Instagram. Like I said, it did blow up on my feed quite a bit. I really appreciate what she said about growing, your outreach when it comes to diversity and inclusion. Diversity and inclusion is actually in my scope for my professional job. And I think that that's one of the biggest things, is we have to all look within ourselves around, our accountability to grow our network. And if we're thinking, oh man, it's hard to find somebody who's from an underrepresented group, then we have to really challenge ourselves to think, well, is that an issue with me? Like, have I not gone and sought out friends or sought out acquaintances from different populations and different groups? And I love that. I loved that she brought that into the business context.
As we all know, this past Monday was International Women's Day, and with that day comes plenty of conversation in terms of equality in industries, communities, and countries really all around the world. A few weeks prior to International Women's Day, two country acts based out of Nashville that are Canadian-born twin Kennedy and Mallory Johnson released a single, Wise Woman. The music video just came out today, so we're going to play that, and we're going to chat with the country music acts about how the song came to be.
Another year still looking younger than my age, but that don't matter, I'm told to lie about it anyway. 'Cause you can't get old and you can't act young. Take another trip around the sun if you wanna be wise woman. Another man not really listening to what I say. My education and his opinion ain't the same. If you know what's right, don't prove him wrong. Play nice, play house, and play along if you wanna be wise woman. If I knew then what I know now, I wouldn't stand there in that line. I'd be standing out. I'd sit pretty at the head of the table. I'd be a lady leading the way, so another girl like me wouldn't have to wait on time to be a wise woman.
I've learned saying no, no it don't make me weak. And turning a blind eye won't hide what you don't want to see. Trust your heart, trust your gut. Work real hard and never give up if you wanna be a wise woman. If I knew then what I know now, well, I wouldn't stand there in that light. I'd be standing out. I'd sit pretty at the head of the table. I'd be a lady leading the way, so another girl like me wouldn't have to wait on time to be a wise, wise woman. Be a wise, wise woman.
Girl power shouldn't come with a price, and you know I'm right. If I knew then what I know now, well, I wouldn't stand there in that light. I'd be standing out. I'd sit pretty at the head of the table. I'd be a lady leading the way, so another girl like me wouldn't have to wait on time.
No girl should have to wait on time to be a wise woman.
Be wise, woman.
Wonderful song, amazing music video, just came out today. Twin Kennedy, Mallory Johnson, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having us. We're so pleased to be a part of the show.
You know, it's
Now-
almost been a year since we've had you on, which is crazy.
It's been a while, and we heard that speaking of wise, amazing women, we heard that
There was a
one lady
birthday?
had a birthday recently, and Dan might have forgotten, so I found this
Yeah.
conveniently, so maybe we could sing a little tune.
Take it away.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Mairlyn.
Happy birthday to you.
That was amazing. See, hopefully, Mairlyn, do you forgive me now?
I did. I felt so bad that you took us. I was just razzing you.
So,
Yes, that's the best makeup for screwing up ever. So thank you.
okay.
Happy birthday.
All right. Now, let's talk about the song. What I love about you three coming together to record is that originally you're from West Coast Canada and East Coast of Canada, so I love that cross-Canada connection, but you joined forces in Nashville, and now you have this beautiful song about equality and women's rights. So do you want to just talk a bit about how the lyrics came to be, really?
Absolutely. Well, as you said, this was a collaboration, and it was a song that the three of us wrote together. We were having a girls' night, as we often do.
Oh, yeah.
And we were drinking some wine, sitting out on the patio, and talking about our shared experiences as women in what is a pretty male-dominated industry,
Mm-hmm.
country music. And this song was born out of that inspiration.
I love that. And there's so many powerful lines in the song. I don't know if Carmen or Mairlyn, if you gave it a listen, is there anything that really resonated with you with the song?
I think it just speaks a lot to like female empowerment, and I'd love to hear, as we were talking about like underrepresented groups, and you mentioned how the music industry is often dominated by men. And what would be a tip that you would share, any of you, for like young women that are trying to break out in the music industry?
Yeah, I mean, this song was basically all about our challenges and also the lessons we have learned. And we just really want not just women, but anyone to walk away after listening to this song or watching the video to feel confident and brave and powerful, and that their voices should be valued just as much as anybody else in the room. Their opinions matter, their stories matter. And we just want, we want people to feel as empowered listening to it and watching it as we did when we wrote the song.
100%.
So, okay, so I'm always going off topic. And so that's because my brain is like, I have the attention of a goldfish. But anyway, your harmonies and singing together, have you guys ever thought of, auditioning for The Voice? Because I'm a huge fan of The Voice. And you're in Nashville. So, hello.
Thank you. Well, I mean, we all grew up actually in family bands. So we got our start playing with the Kennedy family band and Mallory's family group. So harmonies, we all come by pretty honestly. But as for a reality show, I'm not sure.
If you can get us the end, we're there.
I don't think we're allowed as Canadians. I don't know if we're allowed to audition for The Voice. I think there's some things with immigration or work visas. Some shows you are allowed, like I know Songland, I believe you can audition for as a Canadian. But for some shows like that, you have to be an American resident. So it's a little tricky when it comes to those things.
No, I did watch it, and there was a guy from Toronto or something on it. So I don't know how that worked out. But anyway, I just thought I heard you, and I went, oh my God, Blake Sheldon would be all over your guy. Like he was like,
thank you, Mairlyn.
So, Mallory, let's ask you, can you describe what the Canadian music community is like in Nashville? Because there are so many Canadians there.
We are actually one big family. We bond over things like immigration and missing Tim Hortons and, all things Canadian. It's actually an icebreaker a lot of the times when you come to town.
I bet.
When I first moved here, I had been here on a few writing trips, but when I first moved was around Canadian Thanksgiving, and Brett Kissel was hosting a Canadian Thanksgiving party at the Nissan Stadium, not Nissan, the Bridgestone Arena. And so basically he invited any Canadians who were living in Nashville to come to this event. So basically saw everybody I knew who was Canadian was at this event. So that's kind of how a lot of us kickstarted, our friendships. I know I met Twin Kennedy there. I knew them beforehand, but I saw them there and we hung out a bunch since. And it's kind of like when you come to town, it's like, hey, you're Canadian? I'm Canadian. Let's hang out. Let's have a coffee. Let's have a writing session. We find each other pretty easily here.
I love that. Well,
I love that.
everyone, I just want to say congratulations on releasing this song, Wise Woman. It is a beautiful song. I know you just released it to radio recently as well, so I hope that does well for you. But it's been really great to watch all of your success from up here in Canada. And we miss you in Canada, too.
Thank you. We miss you guys. We can't wait till we can be back.
I know.
Can't wait.
Soon. I promise. But anyway, Mallory Johnson, Carly, Julie Kennedy, thank you so much. It's been a great show. And thank you to my lovely co-host, Mairlyn Smith. Carmen Cheng will be back here next Thursday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Bye.
Eat North Variety Pack. Food and friends with Canada's best. From east to west, there and back. Eat North Variety Pack. 'Cause variety's the spice of life.